Hello, I am the cartoonist M. Rashid. This cartoon was uh, created as the cover for this video because I wanted to talk about an article that was I was tagged in on Twitter by one of the ADOS activists. I named it "Smoking Gun" because I've done a few cartoons before with a similar theme as my title, showing that the LGBT community, along with other rival Democratic Party groups, used the Black American civil rights model for their own social political come ups. And I did one specifically for the LGBT community. And interestingly, my white supremacist Denmark stalker had a particular interest and issue with those two cartoons. In the big thread we had on their message board, when he saved those two cartoons, he was over interested in whether what I was claiming was real, and he kept asking people about it. It was funny watching them run around in circles. But this particular article that I was tagged in, the first line in it says, "A controversial guide for trans activists advises them to quote unquote force team the demands of trans identified males with the historical struggles of racial minorities." So the guide they're talking about was written by the Transgender Law Center and Lake Research Partners. And it says that it was specifically having them latch their movement onto anti-racism activism, because their polls showed that people identified those particular trans issues with white people. And, you know, obviously the issue with that is white people are the dominant political identity. They control literally everything. They write history, they're the gatekeepers, they control literally everything. So if white people have these pet issues that they're promoting, fighting for, then people are like, well, you don't need our help. You have everything. Remember in Sticks and Stones, Dave Chappelle's special, when he pointed out that the white people navigate discrimination roads exceptionally well because they built those roads. The reason why he controls everything is because he stole everything from everybody else. That's his MO. That's why he's the dominant political identity group. Whiteness is a thieving, grifting group. That's what history shows. That's how they function. So if you're fiercely advocating for a protected class status and protected class civil rights for this it means you're double dipping. You already control everything. Who are you fighting against? So in the cartoon, he's like, has to artificially hold marginalized, economically oppressed groups over him to pretend they're punching down at him. White people are the dominant political identity. It doesn't matter what protected class hat they're artificially putting on so they can double dip and steal. So when the number one economically oppressed group, the one on whose scarred, whipped open back the country was built upon, is still economically oppressed and criticizes them. When you say that any member of that particular economically oppressed group, whether they're wealthy or not, criticizes them, that's not punching down. So if I pull an outlier out of the American descendants of slavery ethnic group, he happens to be wealthy, and he says, these people are grifting my people, economically oppressing me, pretending to be a protected class so they can double dip while continuing to push me out, lock me out of access to the wealth building class. You're continuing that while you're trying to double dip as a protected class. That's evil. There's a lot around here. There's a lot in that article that's worth going in and making specific cartoons over these pieces. But I made this one because I went through the article that she sent, and I'm like, this is the smoking gun, because they had the arrogance to actually name it that, and then wrote it down, because like their peers, the other rivals in my Democratic Party, who have also just lifted my civil rights model while they all collectively helped to keep me locked out. Just wait. Go slow. Yeah. Collectively, while they continue to uplift themselves at my expense. Filthy. The fiend in action in all his guises. Filthy. Peace.